You see the BBC thing? It's crazy. The head of BBC had to resign. They took a film of Trump from January 6th, edited it.
Walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you. And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
So something that he said 52 minutes later,
and we fight.
They put right after when he said something to make it look like he was trying to get people to go attack people and fight at the Capitol.
The BBC is finished. Trump is suing.
The president has made it very clear that this is a leftist propaganda machine that is unfortunately subsidized by British taxpayers, and he thinks that's extremely unfortunate for the great people of the United Kingdom and Great Britain.
Are you going ahead and suing the BBC?
Well, I guess I have to. You know, why not? Because they defrauded the public. And they've admitted it.
Even the British don't trust the BBC.
We'll sue them. We'll sue them for anywhere between $1 billion and $5 billion, probably sometime next week. So I don't know what percentage is owned by the country, but regardless if it's small or large or nothing, I can say this: the UK is very, very embarrassed by BBC.
Oh wow, 5 billion. The BBC is fake news and they're gonna lose big.
2 top executives at the BBC have resigned after some sneaky editing of a Trump speech. According to a new report, the state-funded network doctored footage to make it look like Trump incited the Jan 6th riot. You know, Adam, people have accused us of editing the punchlines out of your jokes. I tell them that, no, that's exactly how he tells them.
I wish you'd edit them into the jokes. Yeah, and this is really upsetting because my ex used to love the BBC, not the news station.
You know, you wanted that joke in the show so bad.
But
I saw that one coming from like the other.
So did she. Oh, damn it.
I can't compete with BBC jokes.
Well, you know what? The good thing is you don't have to.
I feel better. Oh my God, I don't.
Well, they're just not attached to anybody. But so sorry. But no, here's the thing. I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
Yes, is that England has gone insane because the people are getting arrested for tweets.
Yes.
And then this happens.
So true.
And they don't actually do anything. And this is why in England they had a No Kings rally a couple weeks ago when they actually have a king.
Yes.
Which is like, it's like Tim Walz having a No Jazz Hands rally.
It's obvious by now the BBC has no chance to win against Trump.
Yeah. This one's for all my Brits. Paying that license fee. What a scam, right? We're taking it back. Yo, I'm Trump on the track with the West Coast glow. Got the BBC shook, they don't want that smoke. Panorama cut my speech, fake news on repeat. Now I'm dropping true bombs, straight heat, no tweet. They edited the piece, left the fire in place. Now they're facing the lawsuit, $1 billion disgrace. They call it public service, I call it state control. You funding lefty lies with your telly remote, bro. BBC pay me $1 billion, okay. Gonna make the people hear them pray. Fake news down, reform UK. Trump's in town, make the BBC pay. BBC pay me $1 billion, okay. Gonna make the people hear them pray. Fake news down, reform UK. Trump's in town, make the BBC pay.
Wow, great song, makes the BBC pay.
How are things going over there?
It's all a bit rubbish, really.
You know what's happening better than anybody.
And now we've got all this hoo-ha with you in the BBC.
And they're bad people.
Oh, they certainly are bad people. I mean, the amount of scandals they've had.
Not good people.
But on your list of demands that you've given the BBC, can you add a little extra demand just for me? Could you just ask the BBC to shake up this year's Christmas schedule and not show the same old crap that they've been showing for the last 50 years?
Because that's what you and your family want.
Yes, exactly. We just want good, honest TV.
And that's why we're all fighting.
Well, you've got a fight on your hands if you think you're going to get $1 billion off the BBC. It's not the British government. I mean, they give billions to anybody.
You never know what's going to happen.
I'm sure Trump is gonna get his money worth, 5 billion minimum.
Welcome to BBC News. I'm standing outside the new, albeit temporary, facility here in London. You call that a broadcast centre? Look at the size of it.
Breaking news just in.
The BBC is totally biased, not a real news network at all.
Good afternoon. My name is Nigel Thistlethwaite Dryhumper Comeback III. On behalf of all of the BBC and everyone involved with the editing of the speech from the Donald to make it look like he said something that he didn't say at all, I would like to say, on behalf of the BBC, we are sorry. And hopefully that's enough. There is a lawsuit pending, and $1 billion is a lot of money. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the event and you're hoping I'll show the entire video, not on your life, I'd rather not get sued again. I'm just here to support the BBC. I've been a long-time supporter. My wife loves the BBC. Every morning she gets up and she tells me she's looking forward to some BBC. Now, for the world, the BBC has a responsibility to give you our version of the truth and have you believe it. Whether that's someone from the BBC pretending to be in a war zone, only to have a civilian come by and say, "Are you all right? Why are you lying down?" That's the BBC way. We'll have a reporter wearing a face shield sitting 10 feet away from someone just to increase the visual element of danger. Now, in terms of the editing of the Donald speech, that was a bad one. It would appear as though someone took a hunk of speech from the very end, put it towards the beginning, and completely changed the context of what the Donald was saying. We're going to try to get to the bottom of it. We did hire some questionable interns several years ago, some Peruvian pole vaulters who appeared to have some kind of run-in with the law and perhaps several addictions. But we shall find out. And the BBC is counting on your support. And we're counting on the support of America as well. USAID, probably our largest financial supporter. Oh, the irony. It's not lost on me.
Oh, look at that! Why am I not surprised? The BBC is a leftist media machine.
Will Donald Trump destroy the BBC? This is a two-part question, really. The first is what will happen with his legal case. And the second is, has he exposed the BBC for what it has long been and provided the evidence in a way that otherwise one couldn't provide, that it was very much subjective if you thought the BBC was biased or not, but now, in legalese, the BBC is banged to rights. Let's look first of all at the legal action. Donald Trump has not accepted the BBC's apology and is now saying he's going to ask between $1 and $5 billion. $5 billion is real money. What is it? It's about £4 billion. So serious amount of money that he's asking for the BBC. The BBC's annual income is about £5.5 billion. So you're talking about most of 1 year's income, possibly, to pay Donald Trump for having defamed him. Will this happen? Well, first of all, you've got to look at the court that it will take place in, or could take place in. Donald Trump is suing in the Florida courts. And the good news from the BBC's point of view is that Florida has a very high regard for freedom of speech. And this is worth bearing in mind because the United States has the First Amendment, and the First Amendment of the Constitution protects freedom of speech. There is a much stronger protection for freedom of speech in the United States than there is, for example, in the United Kingdom. Libel laws for famous people in the US are much harder to use to get damages for. So it's a high bar, and you have to show that what is being done has had a cost to you, but also was malevolent. In my view, this will be really difficult for Donald Trump to prove. It will be very hard for him to get that sort of money. But the thing to bear in mind about American courts is that they are very expensive, and even if you win, you don't get your costs back. And this is why a number of media companies have already settled with Donald Trump. They've been threatened with multi-billion-dollar lawsuits, and they've settled for low millions of dollars, partly because the cost of going to law is so gigantic in the United States. Lawyers get even better paid in the US than they do in the United Kingdom. And as I say, you don't get your expenses back, even if you win. So the BBC, on that just simple point, would be well advised to settle, which is no doubt why they gave the first element of apology.
Obviously, Trump will get his money, and hopefully these woke leftist mainstream media learn their lesson and do better next time around, but I'm not so sure that's ever gonna happen, unfortunately. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and click right there to watch the next one. Bye bye.